Just want to give you a follow-up video as to what we're expecting today. First thing first, DXY did put in a bounce and we are getting that upside continuation this week. So far this whole week we've been going up, and that should mean downside for Bitcoin, tech stocks, etc. As you can see, we both are sitting on the lows of our range. And yeah, possibly can break that if DXY actually does get that push back above 106. Where's Tesla real quick? Yeah, Tesla did go under 180. Okay, so everything is exactly what we were looking for in the last video. Now, what are we expecting moving forward from here? On the weekly, you can see we are doing a bullish engulfing off of support. So obviously that 106 is a possibility. If we close this week above 106, next week I'm looking for continuation, and that's where the pain is probably going to come in. Keep in mind this week what happened was Japan used all their dollars to buy their own currency, the yen, and that's how they saved their currency from basically a correction is what I'm gonna say. Their efforts that they did over the weekend, it like died out within 24 hours anyway. How much more are they able to do? How many more dollars do they have in reserve to spend to buy their own currency, to keep their currency in check? That's what's gonna basically be the next 3 months we're gonna see. Either Japan is gonna increase interest rates knowing it's going to hurt their economy and they have no option to do anything other than increase because the whole world is increasing, or they're going to take quantitative easing measures to further devalue their dollar, and that is probably going to be the instigating factor for Bitcoin and ETH and other hard assets to get much more volume and influx, because of the fact that they are seeing one of the first currencies get toppled. And then after that, of course, that currency getting a hit is going to affect euro, pound, and dollar as well. So it's going to ripple across the currency markets. And if people are feeling unencouraged to hold these fiat currencies, the next thing will be them jumping into hard assets. If you guys go look overseas, like in Korea, right now gold is selling like hotcakes in freaking stores and grocers, and everyone's got these little ATMs selling gold, and now they have a problem with fake gold and stuff being in circulation. But the point of the matter is, a lot of people around the world are starting to diversify their currency into hard assets, and it's specifically shown on something as simple as gold. And that's the next thing I'll take a look at right now with you, since we are just chit-chatting about it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? That's somewhere. And I might have already passed it. Give me one quick second. There you are. Gold. So we were saying 2300 would probably be a support over here, and that's basically exactly what's going on. If I turn on my indicator, there you go. So we were looking at this 2260 as support. 2300 is grinding into support. We're actually seeing support on RSI as well. If you go to lower time frames such as daily, you can see that we were putting in higher lows, kind of like a rounding bottom over here. Even if we lose the support at 2260, I'm looking for a 2200 as being long-term support moving forward. You can hope to get this entry, but 2260 is just as good in my opinion for the further continuation to the upside. If you go to a higher time frame on gold, guys, I mean, let me turn all this back off. How can you be bearish? You get what I'm saying? Like, yes, at the top, volume is slowing down, but even after a correction, it's probably going to come to order block support. So even if this thing comes to a correction, the order block support is around here at 2230. Worst case scenario, 2150. But 2200 moving forward in gold's history is probably going to be solid support unless the governments fix their inflation issues. So yeah, as a hard asset, as an investor, people are going to be jumping into hard assets such as gold as the governments either cut interest rates or begin quantitative easing policy. Now, the point what I was going to get at is this last couple months, everyone's main topic was, are we going to get a increase and how much? Since 3 months in, okay, today is May, okay, April, May. Since April and May, all I've been hearing is, are we going to pause cuts or are we going to cut what we already have? To hear and the headlines that, hey, are we setting up for a cut of interest rates? I understand why we need to do something like that to help, the housing markets, because the mortgage rate is too high for people to even buy a property at inflated market values at the rates that are at. It's like a double whammy, as well as um, if the interest rates don't go down, companies won't be encouraged to invest or expand. So they will downsize. As interest rates go up, they will downsize. That's why you're seeing so many tech companies downsize, because when interest rates go up, tech gets hit the hardest. So they're downsizing because they know they're not going to be borrowing more money to expand. And they're definitely not rebuying their shares at inflated values. Okay, that's what they did when the interest rates were low. They borrowed money and bought their own stock to increase the value. Now they're selling all of that out. CEOs are retiring and cashing out of their shares as well. So stuff like that is what is to be expected moving forward. And right now, that's basically the gist. If you're a CEO, you're going to keep your money in your stock. If you're not a CEO and you're not cashing out your stock, what are you cashing out into? First of all, is it dollar? Is it hard assets? Is it, what are you doing? Buffett buys companies with this cash. Now they're considering, will they do a dividend or not? They don't know, but, Google did. So other companies sitting on a bunch of cash might do that. What did Apple do? They basically rebought their shares. So, and ironically, Buffett sold his Apple position the exact same time Apple decided to buy back their shares. I mean, that kind of stuff is hilarious. Even Apple CEO was at the Berkshire Hathaway meeting saying, oh, we are so lucky to have Berkshire Hathaway as a shareholder, and we're more than happy that they are, even though they're selling a good 13+% of their position due to taxes next year. So just keep all these like little things in mind. Let's go back now to Bitcoin. Okay, now you see, yes, we got a very ugly last month. This month we are testing, rejecting off 0.5. You have this line in the sand. If you get underneath 60K at this monthly close in 23 days, you have the only option of looking lower. If you look on the monthly, if you look on the weekly, you see the last order block potential is around here, like 52, 53K. That's right where this wick was created. So now, if you lose support at 59, 60K, the next obvious target is the wick over here at 56, and then a lower at 53. So be aware of those levels moving forward. I mean, you should mark them up. You see my levels are marked above. I'm not marking anything lower because I can see it visually. I don't need constant stuff on my charts, but there you go. This is the daily look, warning you right now that, hey, you're going to come test 61K, but if you get a 4-hour open and close underneath 61K, you better be ready for 58.5. And that's basically the gist of Bitcoin. ETH, on the other hand, is a little bit weaker than Bitcoin, already starting to hunt those wicks. So be aware that Bitcoin is the stronger asset. You're doing a little bit of an EMA cross here, showing you like, hey, this thing is trying to gun for those lower levels. The first level of support, I would say, is like right above these wicks at 28, 2,900. And after that, we're looking at 27. And after that, we're looking at around 24, 25. If you look on daily, you see those levels already marked out. This is what I was warning you about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is like on the yellow, about to touch the purple. ETH is already underneath the purple. And if today we close underneath 3,000, I mean, you got to have the possibility of us eating these wicks at 2,800 open. And that's after daily close, if daily close is underneath 3,000. If daily decides to do a doji and close above 3,000, I will be expecting a retest of 3130 before the next rollover, okay, in like a head and shoulder fashion. So take that for what it's worth. And yeah, aside from that, guys, you know you've been following up on Tesla, right? Where's Tesla? How many times I told you guys the level 177? Yeah, there it is, Tesla. How many times I said we're gonna probably come test back into this a gap that we formed. 177 was the fib, yeah, right, 177. But it can come into 168 to 177. This $10 range is where you want to try to accumulate the next long and for upside continuation back to 200 and whatnot. If you get underneath 160, you still have this little gap over here you can fill between 57 and 145. But I don't think we're going to get underneath this level. You can have a stop loss underneath 165. And if you get underneath 165, you can be patient for this level over here, the 138, 140, whatever, and get your position back over there and ride it back up. Because to go lower than here means like tech and Tesla is going to have much harder time at recovering than, you know, logically expected. And I think earnings is around the corner too. Am I wrong? I think I just saw that earnings thing. Let me see. Earnings is, oh, you got months, so yeah. I mean, obviously, into earnings, you might see this descending. You see this descending chop channel that's going on. You could drag down the consolidation in a triangle fashion. Like it could be like this, and you could just and then grind out the lows into earnings. After earnings, after everyone sees everything is smooth and peachy keen, after the investigation of the recall of their autopilot crash data and all that stuff gets submitted and everything's good, you can see this upside breakout then. Okay, but this possibility is there if you get back underneath 167. But it would still be, in my mind, a bullish consolidation to basically pick up into the upside. The risk will be over here, right where the golden pocket is. So that's your worst case risk. And this level is from long-term Tesla. So this is like the lifeblood of it. Underneath this level is bearish. Above this level and this level here is bullish. This midline that you're seeing here is the last probably institutional area that people are wanna buy this long. And underneath it, I can understand they're gonna let it go, but this little meaty spot right here is, if you go look at order books and stuff, I bet you money the amount of liquidity that's sitting there is probably obscene, because this is Tesla we're talking about, not some, you know, unicorn fairy dust stock. This is in the index, in the SPY index, and why I was looking for this over here is because it previously did it. What's happening right now is you have a higher low, so this thing is even more bullish in the sense that you have a possible bullish trend line forming here. That is the ugliest potential trend line. Let's do it properly. Something like this. So as many times it wants to come grind into that level, it's a buying opportunity. I'm not a bear, but a swing failure pattern of this, like into a poke into the 135, I would not be shocked and surprised, but it will be a buying opportunity. There's going to be someone with multi-million dollars picking it up at those levels. There'll be multiple million dollars sitting right under 103 as well. Are they going to get that entry possibility? It's going to be a situation where it's like an oversold situation where they're going to get a wick. But this guy here, whoever spent this money here, is going to do his gosh darndest to defend a price going under 124. That is his absolute low that he wants it to go. And if you did a technical analysis of the retracement, you will see that 116, 117 is the golden pocket of this order block, meaning there's so much defense. For it to go underneath this level means the stock is broken. It would be something where it would, even if that occurs, if aliens didn't inhabit the earth, I will be looking at it as a buying opportunity. Okay? Because I'm pretty sure alien technology is going to be better than Tesla. But until then, Tesla's the alien right now. And the way that they operate and the way that they're doing their technological advances, I don't know any other company that can compete or even compare. So that's all I have to say for this, guys. If you guys have any questions or concerns, leave it in the comment section below. If you are interested in joining the Discord server where you get a video every day and an update every day, please DM me. The link to the Discord server is in the description of this video below, alongside all the other affiliate services that I use and recommend that helps this channel grow. So thank you so much. Like I said, leave a like, press the bell button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below of another asset you want me to cover in the next video if you're interested. And yeah, like I said, I won't be making daily videos, but if you would like a daily video, feel free to join the Discord server and the members. I make a video every day, or I actually, express my thoughts as to the market price action for that day every day on the members, so that way there is an update. And then on the free side, I will try to make 1 or 2 videos a week to keep you guys updated as to what is going on. And yeah, we'll go like that for the next month or 2 and see how everything goes, and we'll adjust accordingly if the demand is there. Otherwise, I'll be focusing on my trading and not too much on making videos and editing videos and all that nonsense. The members in the Discord server are keeping me in check with my trading, so that's all that matters. As long as we are trading and being profitable and using our trading in a risk managed manner, then the high leverage is going to be just as much rewarding as we begin scalping more than building our spot portfolio. But we will be gaining on our spot portfolio because a few of the alts I will be adding into from the profits from the futures scalping. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. It was a little bit longer than usual, but more material. Aside from that, have a great day and talk to you soon. Trade safe. Adios.